This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City. Hello, I'm John Cullum, and this is my wife, Emily Frankel.
And today we're going to do a talking post for my blog, M's Talkery, on a new word. The new word is epigenetics.
What does it mean?
Well, I have to come into it slowly.
All right.
I had a poem that I loved ever since I was a little girl. It went like this. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments to scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Yes, I know that.
It was a poem I memorized when I was 5 years old because I vowed I was going to be a dancer, and my parents did not want me to be a dancer. I didn't have the right feet for dancing, I was told. But I thought if I kept saying it over and over again, maybe I could achieve being a dancer. It was also in the movie Invictus, this movie that's recently a wonderful movie out with people that you know, playing Nelson Mandela. And Nelson Mandela said the prayer over and over again, and it helped him get through the many years of imprisonment. Epigenetics says if you don't have the body, go for it anyway. It can be changed. Your body, your mind, and your soul.
Really?
That's what they're saying. And they're saying it at Johns Hopkins. I got to read this from the paper. Johns Hopkins, Duke University, University of Utah, Tufts University, Unity College of London Genetics, the Salk Institute at the Epigenome Center, and the National Institute of Health gave it a $190 million grant.
Well, they ought to be able to do something with that.
It's been established that it's possible that you can be what you want to be. Why? Well, that's the word epigenome. Epi means on top, and genome refers to the inherited elements in your DNA that you were born with. And what epigenetics is doing is learning to manipulate the molecules that sit on top of the genome, and possibly making that your fate is not heredity. Here's what I garnered. Lifestyle things like diabetes, like obesity, can be changed. Smoking, eating too much, you can change them. How? Want to know how?
Well, I should hope so, yes. That'd be very nice to know. They can actually do it? Will they do it, blast it with some kind of...
No, they can do it in the lab. And they're developing drugs that have a potential even for helping leukemia. They've had success with it, with leukemia. And what's very, very interesting, a man wrote a book about it. His name is David Shank, and it's coming out. And here's the title: The Genius in All of Us, Why Everything You've Been Told About Genetics, Talent, and IQ is Wrong. Here's what he says. He calls epigenetics
perhaps the most important discovery in the science of heredity since the gene. I would say that's pretty important.
I'd say that's exciting.
Yes, and if it'll work.
We won't know for years, but it means that there's a possibility that scientists are onto possible cures, even for things like Alzheimer's.
Oh, well, I feel like I could use that.
Well, that's a lovely thing to say. I think the idea of epigenetics is wonderful, amazing, and
very hopeful.
I like the idea that what I dreamed of when I was a child, it matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. That's it.
Well, that's very nice. It was good to see you again. This is John Cullum and Emily Frankel signing off. This is AI.R. See you next week.